Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're talking about some of my all-time favorite discontinued products that came out either for Valentine's Day of years past or the spring Valentine's Day time at Bath & Body Works. Now, I did quickly mention some of these products in my Valentine's Day spoilers video, so maybe if you heard the product name but you're interested in the scent notes and some of my other favorites from years past, you guys will really enjoy this video. That being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things body care, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, I'm going to sit on this side of the screen, put some images up right here. Now, there were really 2 years in particular that I feel like Bath & Body Works absolutely knocked it out of the park when it came to either the exclusive Valentine's Day limited edition releases for Valentine's Day or some of the collections that came out really around the Valentine's Day time. Now, the first collection we're going to be starting with is the Bake Shop collection, which came out in 2021. And out of the 4 fragrances, there are really 2 that stuck out to me and I would love to see return as part of a Valentine's Day collection. Now, the first one is one that I did briefly talk about in my Valentine's Day spoilers video, and that is going to be Chocolate Covered Cherry. Not only is this one of the most unique fragrances at Bath & Body Works from a scent note perspective, it also has some of the best packaging. I thought this entire packaging was so classy, elegant, and there was really something in the 2021 and 2022 packaging that is the other year we'll be talking about. When it came to almost a Valentine's Day or an early spring release collection, the packaging was just top notch. Now, Chocolate Covered Cherry, if you're unfamiliar with this one, it has fragrance notes of rich milk chocolate, red cherries, and sweet liqueur. Unfortunately, not seeing anything of this fragrance in the Bath & Body Works lineup when it comes to body care. However, they will be releasing a 3-wick candle, and I believe that one is just called Chocolate Covered Berries. So maybe if you were really interested in this scent story, it won't be available in body care, but you still would like to smell something in this, I would definitely direct your attention to the 3-wick candle. Now, if you are looking for body care that does have a cherry and chocolate scent story, the one that I have off the top of my head is going to be available at Lush. It is going to be their Love Bug Scrubby as a part of their Valentine's Day 2026 range, and it will have their cherryish fragrance, which is also a chocolate cherry fragrance that was previously available for holiday of 2025. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what a scrubby is, basically it is a solid body oil and a scrub all in one. You use it in the shower. Not only does it exfoliate, it's also super moisturizing. So if you were interested in trying out a body care item that's maybe new to your collection, or the kind of chocolate cherry scent fragrance family all in one go, I definitely would recommend and point you into the direction of that product. Now, the next product we have is also coming from 2021, and this is going to be Raspberry Jam Donut. Again, the packaging of this collection was so classy and understated, but it definitely still felt true to Bath & Body Works at the same time. Still fun, still vibrant, just a little bit more elevated for the time of year that it was being released for. Now, Raspberry Jam Donut, if you're unfamiliar, had notes of wild raspberry jam, powdered sugar, and warm, fluffy donut. And I feel like the thing that this would be most similar to that is currently available right now in select stores, I'm not sure how this one is doing online, and that is going to be the Bath & Body Works X Milk Bar Raspberry Holiday Pie Bar. Now, when it comes to the battle of the raspberry gourmands, a raspberry jam donut versus the raspberry holiday pie bar, I'm definitely going to be going with the raspberry jam donut. Unfortunately for me, there's something in the Bath & Body Works Milk Bar Raspberry that just, I don't know if it's like the pie bar mix, but it just kind of goes like this buttery, odd gourmand, and I really don't get that true, sweet, juicy raspberry coming through. It almost comes across as more of like an artificial kind of raspberry in the background, and I get more of this pie bar gourmand, but also I'm not the biggest fan of gourmands, so maybe that one just wasn't ideal for me. There's something, however, in Raspberry Jam Donut. I don't know if it's because it's wild raspberry jam, but the jamminess of the raspberry is so sweet and fresh, and then it pairs super nicely with more of the lighter, fluffier donut and sugary fragrance. I think so many people would have loved to see this one come back for Valentine's Day this year. Now, I understand maybe why they wouldn't choose to bring this one back, considering they just had the Milk Bar collaboration really going all throughout the holidays and a little bit before. Also, it is currently still available. You are able to find some pieces either in store or online in that fragrance for semi-annual sale. So I can definitely see them not wanting to bring this one back out this year for Valentine's Day, but I would absolutely love to see this one come back out maybe next year or later this year as part of a Bake Shop collection. And we're going to be switching gears to a new year, and that is going to be 2022. Now, I feel like 2022 was also a strong year. They had a 5-piece collection, and this was largely coined the Brunch collection. Now, again, like the packaging that we saw in 2021 for the Bake Shop, the Brunch collection might be some of the classiest, most elegant and upscale looking packaging that we have seen at Bath & Body Works in a really long time. I absolutely love the look of this. They look super cohesive all together as well as on their own, and also going from product type to product type, so fine fragrance mist, body lotion, body cream, body wash, the entire set just looks phenomenal together. And I think this is perfect because it screams kind of this light pastel fun collection for kind of the spring summer. It's not overly seasonal, so I wouldn't just want to have this out on my shelves for Valentine's Day or the springtime. It could be set out really year round. I just think this overall looks so nice, and we really kind of strayed away from this initial packaging design that Bath & Body Works really had a good grasp on in 2020, 2021, and 2022. Now, the 2 fragrances that I'm going to pull out from this collection, although I do really like the majority of these, is going to be first Bubbly Rosé and then second Whipped Berry Meringue. Starting with Bubbly Rosé, this one, if you're unfamiliar, has notes of pink sparkling rosé, sweet blood orange, and a splash of cranberry. This is kind of like a distant cousin or like an older sister to sparkling to Champagne Toast. There's something about this fragrance that I feel like is so fun, and the rosé takes it in a different direction. Also, if you really enjoy things like Pure Wonder, which also has iced rosé in it, I think this is such a perfect addition to any spring collection, really. It's light, it's fun, it's bubbly, it's fresh, and I think a lot of people, they're maybe used to Prosecco in their collections, mimosa, really other alcoholic beverages such as like mango Mai Tai, or maybe even just champagne. I feel like champagne is becoming more and more popular in different body care. But when it comes to rosé, I feel like it's just so soft and pretty and feminine for the springtime. And this is definitely a product that I think a lot of people would be really interested in if it came out as part of the Valentine's Day collection, as the Valentine's Day collection, as we know it for 2026, is featuring strawberry pound cake, sweetheart cherry, and the Inspire Aroma Love fragrance. And really, out of the 2 signature fragrances, there's nothing kind of lighter, airier, bubbly. It's really kind of those dense, fruity, either dense, fruity gourmands or dense, fruity, kind of thicker, almost medicinal vibe, in my opinion, for Sweetheart Cherry. I think this would really lighten up the entire collection in total. So that is going to be the first one I'd like to see back. Now, the second one that I would like to see back is Whipped Berry Meringue. Some people like this, some people don't. Some people also compare this to Cotton Candy Clouds. I don't think this smells like Cotton Candy Clouds. I'm not a big fan of Cotton Candy Clouds, but I do know that some people like to compare these. Some people also like to compare this with the, I believe it was the Emily in Paris, was it Macaron Cloud, I believe, that just has a slightly different vibe than Cotton Candy Clouds, but there's something in both that Macaron Cloud as well as the Whipped Berry Meringue that just make it such a great fragrance to bring back as part of a spring gourmand or a Valentine's Day line, in my opinion. Now, this one has notes of fresh berries, whipped sugar, and a fluffy vanilla. And unlike a Sweetheart Cherry or a Strawberry Pound Cake, which I feel like are super aggressive when it comes to that kind of overly fruity, sweetie, almost artificial leaning fragrance, Whipped Berry Meringue, again, it's light, it's airy, it's fun. You could wear it for Valentine's Day, you could wear it during the day, you could wear it during the night. It's perfect for the spring, it's perfect for right now and really into February. I just think there's a lot more versatility in this fragrance than what we're seeing in the typical Valentine's Day collection, making this one a really great addition to the collection, in my opinion. Now, the last fragrance I have is one that I actually own, and this one came out in 2025, so this one came out last year, and this is going to be the Bath & Body Works collaboration with Sweethearts in Forever Sweet. Now, I do have this in the body wash as well as the body lotion. My sister originally had this set, and she is much more of a vanilla and gourmand person, and she was like, Skylar, I really think you're going to enjoy this a lot more than me. Would this be something you're interested in? And I said, yes, absolutely. That is one of the best fragrances to come out of 2025, in my opinion. Now, this one, if you're unfamiliar, it has notes of candied grape, sweet berry, and powdered sugar, and it looks like this. Not only do I think the packaging is so pretty and just so perfect for Valentine's Day, it's also like the Whipped Berry Meringue, and not the raspberry jam donut, like the Whipped Berry Meringue, and like the, was it Bubbly Rosé, I believe? Yes, like the Whipped Berry Meringue and the Bubbly Rosé. It's light, it's fun, it's different. It's not overly fruity. It's really super soft, and we never get grape fragrances. And this, you guys, it really does smell kind of like a cotton candy grape. It really encapsulated the powdery powdery notes of almost like a grape candy, like those grape soda tabs, which I believe they were like bottle caps, or the like a grape conversational heart. They were really able to capture that light, pretty, soft, powdery vibe in this fragrance without it going like mildewy, floral, you know, nothing like that. I would still categorize this as super sweet and fun, but it's also wearable. It's not overly aggressive. It's not overly bold. This is a spring fragrance to me, and that's truly something that I think the Valentine's Day collection is lacking this year. While I do think that the aromatherapy Inspire Love is great, we already have a rose fragrance. If you're interested in rose, I would highly recommend the Rose Signature fragrance as opposed to the aromatherapy one. But to me, if you don't like rose or you don't like floral, that one really isn't for you, and it's a very light fragrance as it is. I would like to see something else that's still light and powdery, but still fun. It's a bit more complex than just the aromatherapy, which is just the vanilla absolute and the rose essential oil, something like the Forever Sweet, something like the whipberry meringue, something like the bubbly rosé. And I'd also like to see more of those fun fruity gourmands that don't go as artificial as strawberry pound cake in either the chocolate covered cherry or the raspberry jam donut. But you guys, that really wraps up some of my discontinued favorites for either past Valentine's days or right around kind of the Valentine's Day timeline. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see any of these return, or if you have some favorites from previous years. Doesn't need to be released for Valentine's Day. I know a lot of people say they would love to see P.S. I Love You back for Valentine's Day, or Paris and More back, or Sweet on Paris for Valentine's Day. So let me know any of the fragrances you'd really like to see back for spring or Valentine's Day, or just in general. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys!